Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a triple thread replay analysis. Today we're going to be going over the series between Milka and our man Steez over here. Oops. Rewind back to the beginning. Speed up to the early game real quick. Let's see what he said. Got absolutely wrecked in this series, would love some feedback. Game 1 felt like a throw because it took a fight too early and while I was supply block. Game 2, I just died a mass stalker. Alright, so we'll focus on Game 2 once we get there. We get going for Gateway Forge, indicating Cannon Rush. Steez, good job killing that without the block. This should put you quite far ahead. Now, the only mistake I think here is that we pulled all the drones off. So you want to take a note out of Scarlet's book here, okay? Whenever a Cannon Rush like this is happening, what you want to do is you want to take, I think it's 6 drones. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I'm pretty sure it's 6 drones and attack the middle pylon. What you don't want to do is grab all your drones because now you're reducing your income to 0, which is making this less bad for the Protoss than it actually otherwise would be, right? So, see all those drones in the back doing nothing? They could very actively be mining and getting you more resources right now. So we're losing out a lot of mining time very early on in the game. However, still overall, pretty good defense. It just, the Protoss players should be, this is completely unnecessary here to kill these pylons. Like, you would see another probe coming across with your overlords. So, you're losing, what is this? Let's go back and let's see exactly when these start fighting. 140. There's 5 of them. So, every single minute they spend fighting this, you're losing 200 minerals right now. Three of them go back to mining, and now we go back to mining. So about 30 seconds of not mining, so we lost about an additional 100 minerals there. And we were waiting on money for a queen. So just like, it just slows you down, you know, more than necessary. Getting to block to 28, nice, we got the third base down, Overlord popped, very nice. We should have seen the Adept coming across. I don't really like our Overlord positioning here. It's positioned on a pillar, but this pillar doesn't see jack shit, except for the third base potentially. I think it's much better to either have it here or have it here. That way it's at a good spot to go in. Actually, I don't know. The thing is like, this pillar would be 1,000,000 times better if it was right here. But the map maker was just like, middle finger to the Zerg players and put it over here. I digress. This pillar is fine, but it's just unfortunate that we don't get to see move-outs like this. We're going for third base here. Our link speed has started. Now, what are we doing with this gas? We take 1 off of gas. Sticking by our 10 per minute rule, we are very, very far behind on our drone count. You want to be at about 37 right now. I like the choice to move the lings across the map. You actually might be able to just kill this stalker straight up. At this point, right around the 4:15 mark or so is when we should be sending this Overlord in to get the follow-up scout. Like, we have to see what's happening. Seeing Twilight and then seeing Stalker in the wall with +1, this is a good indicator of blink. He also would have just straight up died to a ling flood as well. Like, your speed's done. He has no battery, so like, always test the wall, basically. Test the wall. It's a skill check against Protoss players. Even with these 9 lings, you could be so annoying here. Or you could pull one out of Coach Eon's book, which is whenever your lair's done, you take this Overlord, you make it morph it into a dropper lord, you drop into his main base, then you get a scout on the tech as well. But the lair is usually faster when doing something like that. There we go. Now we're going to the wall. This forge is a great target. I actually think you should have continued attacking that because there's a very good chance you might have gotten it. And killing +1 would have been crazy here. So we lost 4 drones to the Adepts. Making a bunch of lings here. We're only ahead by 5. This Overlord should be checking for a third base again. And the moment you see no third, it's like that we should panic. Okay, we saw no third base. So it's panic time. You saw no third base and a bunch of stalkers. So we need nothing but Roach Ling here. Which is what we're doing. You're building a spine crawler. This is good. Yeah, so right now you have 2 more Overlords on the way. There's no way to reinforce across the map either. There's no reason to fight here. We're fighting off creep. Creep is like, you have a spine crawler and we have creep, and you could also like try to come for a surround basically. That way the units that are in the back are already where these blinking stalkers are going to be. But anywhere off creep against blink stalkers is going, like, we're just going to take a bad fight. Like, a bad trade, rather. And if we'll see that reflected in the resources lost right here. Well. And then he goes and loses 4 stalkers immediately. Really hard to run away as well. Zerg, you're just trying to buy yourself time. Like, his reinforcement point is so far away. Nice, you get a stalker, we back off. Yes, now we're supply blocked. We have 7 overlords on the way. It's quite a bit of money spent on overlords, but I don't mind it. We don't need a 4th base. Like, honestly, this would have been great to buy yourself some time. And we should have focused more. I don't. It's weird because it's like we went for a bunch of lings at first, and then we went for roaches. I actually don't mind the fact that we're going for a bunch of roaches. I don't think it's a bad call, but stalkers do counter roaches. Like, soft counter, but still a counter. 6 more damage on each shot against every roach. So it's just like one could argue that Ravager Ling is much better here. Or just like a melee upgrade with a ton of lings. But we're fighting in a massive convex against all of this. Like, he's starting to trade really well with these engagements. Your supply is still looking healthy, but majority in worker supply. But yeah, we don't need that 4th base. And now he's killing units as they come out. Basically, we just needed to buy ourselves more time in this game. We should have given up the 4th base. We shouldn't have fought off creep. If you just are able to, even using the hatchery's HP as much as you need to until it's at about 400 or so, to buy yourself as much time as possible to get as many units out. His reinforcement point is so far away. We definitely could have held this. But yeah, hopefully this helps, Steez. Let's go on to game 2. I was about to end the video like I normally do, but let's go ahead and get game 2 started. Let's see. ZvP versus Milka. Oh, it's Milka? Okay. Game 2. Game 2, I just died a Mass Stalker. I think I attacked too early, and unit control was kind of bad in the fight. Not enough lings and army comp for Mass Stalker. Okay, interesting you point that out after we were going over game 1 and we were making a Mass Roaches against the Stalker, right? So. Oversaturate on the gas. We're going for a Stargate. This one's looking much more standard. Until it's 2 Adepts, you don't need more than 4 lings, by the way. So just like, could have saved an extra drone here. Just small things. 345 Nexus. See that here? Nice. Well-timed spores. Don't need the second one. You can just move this one here, and then that keeps you basically safe against all of this. You also have 2 queens here, so this is just unnecessary damage. We should be looking for a forge now, and then like gateway follow-up. So this overlord, the moment our lair's done, should be morphing into an overseer or just going into check regardless. Although right here it would probably die. But we need to get a confirmation on the number of gateways. Like, this is what we're looking for, gateway explosion. And for being honest, he's very late on his gates too. Like, if he were up to date on it, or up to date, if he was on top of his pro production with the 3rd base, he'd be putting these gates down right around like 4:45 to 5 minutes. There's 68 drones, which isn't bad. I'd say you want to stop right around 66 though. That way you can already go ahead and preemptively start making the roaches against this kind of thing, because most of the time they don't take a 4th base behind it. You can take a 4th base behind it, but it's very unlikely. So we're going up to 4 bases, got some roaches on the way. That's really unfortunate. That's a lot of HP bank we could have had in those queens there. Does lose an Oracle, which is good. Once again, we build 2 spores. So let's just think about how many drones we've lost. We've lost 8 drones in spores. Whenever we only needed 4. Actually, don't. Okay, let's just count it as a loss of 3, because on this map in particular, I think it would be a good idea to have one like covering the transfer. He builds a 3rd Oracle again. Tries to go for more drones. We're up to 74. We've lost 12 and we've made 8 spores. So we have made a grand total of 90. What is that? 94? We've made 94 larvae this game into drones. Well, excluding the first 12. So, what is that? 80, 82? 82 larvae into drones so far. And the attack's already, like, coming up here. So, it's just, we overdroned. Especially considering how many buildings we've made. Like, defensive buildings, gas geysers, things like that. You want to stop right around 66 against this. He's only got 63 probes. We don't need... All we need to be is up a base on them. Why be up a base? That way we can outproduce them. Because Zerg needs the bases for more production, right? But you can always... You can go to that last 80 bit to 80 drones after you've held the push. But as of right now, we're just way overdroned. Lost some roaches for free. Fighting this, fighting. And for Hydras, which Hydras are a good counter to Stalkers, but... And you kill the Oracles, is actually really good for you. I don't think you needed to back off there. Like, a lot of these Stalkers were super low. The only thing that I think could have been better here is some target fire on the, like, because he wasn't really blinking back very far, you know what I mean? You don't have to, like, full army target, but, like, if he blinks this Stalker 2 feet to the right, I'm going to grab one unit, right-click that Stalker, make sure that gets taken out of the game, right? So, another thing you could do, he's showing you what he wants to do right now, right? But he's very open to counterattacks. Once again, this guy has skipped Protoss school. He does not have a battery in the wall. So, even just like 5 roaches here. A small counterattack, something that's going to get through though. Basically make him take his attention away. Having him take his attention away gives you so much time. Your supply here is looking good. I still think we're overdrone though. Also, my man, there's no need for double upgrades right now. Like, we just need units. We just need bodies on the field. I mean, you're doing great right now, actually. So you just died a mass stalker, but right now you're killing it. So yeah, I don't think we quite have the army to be able to go across the map. This is something where it's like, he's all inning you the way he's doing it. He only has 1 gas in his 3rd, and there's no 4th base in sight. So all we need to do now is survive. Instead, we're going for infestation pit, double hatchery, double upgrade, and attacking at the same time. Like, these decisions do not coincide with each other. They don't make that much sense when put all together, right? I understand why you're attacking. You're attacking because you just held this push. However, you're also deciding to tech up and... Well, this is a macro hatch, so this one's kind of... Your tech up and expand and grab double upgrades at the same time. These are all things that are indicating a later game, whereas attack indicate... Like, this is indicating aggression. We just need units if we're going to be attacking, right? So, part of the reason why the supplies are so close is because we spent so much of our money, our gas in particular, on these things. Now, the Hydra upgrade doesn't count. Also, another thing I would like to point out, if you're seeing mass stalker like this, like straight up just blink stalker, we don't need roaches anymore. Like, why give him a soft counter unit when we can just make a hard counter unit in Hydra Ling? We're off creep, so we're not gonna be able to chase. Okay, we go back. So this is a pretty bad supply block. The famous 7 overlords over here. All right, we need Ling spotters out on the map as well whenever you get a chance in most of the games. So like right now we just have, the map is dark and full of Protoss, right? So good kill on the Zealot. Our army comp, just way too many roaches. We just need more Hydras than this. And the roaches can be a decent HP bank, but it's like this is the soft counter is getting pretty hard right now. There's a joke in there somewhere. I'm not gonna make it though. So you're counterattacking? Don't hate that. Oh, the wall is open. Nice. Shouldn't chase him. Shouldn't chase him. We break this wall, make him fight you, and then we go up this ramp. You go up this ramp, there in no world is he able to clean this up with Blink Stalkers. Like, he might, unless you go back down the ramp. But I'm saying, like, you get up here, you let the Lings do their thing, and then you try to send a couple of units to unpower these, and the rest of your army camps the top of this ramp. take a favorable fight for you. But what we're doing here is we're fighting out in the open where he can get such a good concave to make the +2 blink stalkers actually kind of shine through. Also, another great counter for this is Fungal. Fungal stops the blinks. So just the same idea with Battle Mech. We're streaming units into their death at the moment. I don't mind the turnaround there because you knew that some of those units were going to die, but... Okay, we're going for lurkers. I don't hate it. I start getting the eggs down. Interesting. Yeah, we took a few too many losses there in that last fight. To where this guy had a humongous bank. So, could have funded a small island nation with the amount of money he had left over. So, even if we did do a bunch of economic damage, it's like, this is still a Hail Mary. That attack actually is what cost you the game. He's still all-inning you. He's still on 3 bases. There was no, like, I didn't even hate the attack. We just needed to make it a favorable engagement for us. But, like, think about our position. We have a fully saturated 5th base. And granted, it's because we lost the 4th earlier. But, okay, so we're going back up to 5 bases against the 3-base Protoss with Hive Tech. And, like, we're spending a lot of money on things that aren't units. But yeah, shouldn't have attacked there. And got to be a little bit better at recognizing when it's an all-in like that. So just look for the 4th base. 4th base should be down no later than 7.5 to 8.5 minutes in that matchup. From the Protoss player. All right, let's go to game 3. Game 3 was just unit control disaster, but I'm sure I'm missing a lot more things. But of course, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So at this point, you're down 0-2. You know this guy likes stalkers. I would throw something like a Burrow Roach opener or something here. Something to throw him off guard. Let's speed through a bit. Scouting done. Right, go for a 3rd base. Adept comes across. You should really... one thing we should definitely do is start implementing the Cero Scout, where you make 1 pair of lings the moment your spawning pool finishes. You walk it across the map. Keep it parked by your Overlord. The moment the Adept leaves, the Zerglings walk in. And the Adept either has to come back... And if it does, you get a full scout regardless, and then you can also just annoy the probes. Twilight Council. Shocker. We're going straight for straight Hydras here. Oh, he's going for 1 carrier. Where did the Flea Beacon even come out at? Wow. Interesting build. I think he just dies to like a 52 drone Hydra Ling here with this build. This build is so greedy as far as like building. The amount of money you spend on buildings with this. And then he's got carriers queued up. This is like 1,000 resources queued right now. Yeah, what is his unit count? Nothing. We go up to 70 drones though. I respect the fact that you're trying to play a macro game, but like this map is also particularly good for a Hydra Ling shove because the rest distance is super short. You could shove, like you did, what, 3 tumors, right? Imagine if these 3 tumors were shoved down a path, plus maybe an Overlord or 2, and we had a Hydra, like a creep lane, and we just 52, 55 drone Hydra Link shove this guy. Just food for thought. He has you go for the Spire, which is interesting. His build makes literally 0 sense, by the way. It's like he's trying to throw you off guard, but... He's also not making any probes. Once again, you are getting all-in by this Protoss player. 55 probes, 19 stalkers. Like, this guy is all-inning you. And it's important to recognize that. Like, I don't think... when's the last time we've seen his base? It was still building. If you were even to go buy this mineral line, 5 gases... Maybe this is your tell against these kinds of guys for you, Steez. 5 gas, less probes on mineral lines, but specifically no 6th gas, no 4th base, you're getting all-in. Like, he's even throwing down 2 more gateways. And I wonder if he thinks this is a macro game. It's not. Now you're going for an attack. This is just a case of not understanding what you're up against, I don't think. Like, we are being all in. Our only goal here should be keep him off of 4th base, which this Overlord does. And unless he comes and kills it, like, you also have vision of no 4th base here, so... Nice, I like that we give that base up. We're going for this fight. Yeah, that attack was just, unfortunately, a mistake. We also had to run away, and running away from Blinkstalkers off creep is very hard. But, yeah, so it's the main issue so far this series, Steez, has been recognizing what is and isn't an all-in, and exactly what our opponent's going for. We need to get follow-up scouting going in, and also scouting the initial tech early on. And against Blinkstalkers, Infestors are basically a must. The moment Infestors are out, his army becomes absolutely terrible. But yeah, hopefully these tips helped you out, Steez. If you have any questions, feel free to PM me. I'm always around. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!